Can you hear my voice? This time this is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Welcome to Two Woke Boys, episode 162. I am Chris. Cole is not here, but together we are the Two Woke Boys. Welcome to the podcast, episode 162. I'm going to say 162 with an asterisk because I already recorded episode 162. And, I think because it's Labor Day and you're not supposed to work, my computer equipment did not want to work, which is good and not the worst thing ever. But we're bringing another episode of the same episode 162 right to you guys. Should I try to do word for word exactly what I did in the previous podcast, or should I try to be a completely different podcast? Because this fucking bullshit.
Word for word.
Word for word. We're going to do word for word exactly the same. So if I seem wooden or stilted in this podcast, it's because I'm like 100% going from memorization of what I said earlier, which was a total riff, right? Oh, and since we don't have Cole here today on the show, we got producer Alex is going to fill the role of, me talking at you, all right? Because, you're the listener or watcher. You should be doing both, okay? If you're not watching this podcast, you are selling yourself short because the Two Woke Boys are hot boys, and this is a sexy podcast. And look, I don't make the rules. That's just what it is. We're a couple of hot boys, and if we were on TikTok, which we are TikTok hot boys, we should be doing shirtless dances and pointing at the screen at women and being like, if you saw me walk into your bedroom at 2 a.m. WYD, and then it'd definitely be, the comments all better say smash, okay? That's what I want to see. You need to say, I would totally smash under the comments. And even if you're a guy, you can write that, but you just got to say no homo next to it. Unless you're gay, then you can be like full homo, in parentheses. So write that you would smash in the comments, but, dictate how homo or not homo you are, or bi or whatever, because it's a spectrum, all right? You can be however gay you want or however not gay you want, but just know that I am super not gay, okay? I am the farthest away from being gay, okay? Just so we're clear. But anyway, Cole's not here. He's definitely not in a tragic situation at Burning Man, just getting rained on, I guess. That's what the tragedy that has gone on in Burning Man. It's not a hurricane, right? Was it?
No, it's just rain.
It's just rain.
Flooding
Okay,
and muddy. People can't get out in the mud.
Yeah. So, look, I know how devastating rain can be because I experienced a hurricane here in Los Angeles just a few weeks ago, and oh my God, was it the most death-defying situation I've ever experienced.
It was a hurricane.
It was a hurricane, okay? Some people who are light sleepers woke up and they were like, did I, what was that? Did I feel that? Sometimes you might have a glass of water next to your bed, and it would kind of, you'd have one of these right next to your bed, and you'd be laying still, and you'd see it do this. You'd see that happen, and you'd be like, oh my God, this is climate change. The globe is, Mother Nature is speaking to us, and she is not happy. So am I going to do anything about it? No. But what I am going to do is I'm going to yell at other people about plastic bags and straws. If you fucking take a drink at a bar and you put a plastic straw on it, I'm going to fucking slap it out of your hand, okay? and I bring a turtle to the bar. Okay, that's what I bring a turtle to the bar, and if you put a plastic straw in your drink, I take the plastic straw out of your drink and I fucking stab it into the turtle, because that's what you just did. You did that, not me. I did actually do it, but I was symbolically doing it through your actions, which is you going, can I drink my drink through a straw because I don't have the ability to gather liquid in the edge of a cup and swallow it through my lips? Okay, I do. Like someone might ask, hey, what that mouth do? It fucking drinks without a straw because I care about the environment. I care about turtles, even though you may have just seen me stab a turtle at a bar with a straw from your drink. And then I'll put it back in your drink and I'll be like, enjoy your Long Island iced tea, jerk. And then I'll spike the turtle on the ground like it's a football. And I'll be like, your problem. You did this, not me. Yeah, so Cole is at Burning Man. He is trapped in the rain situation that is going on there, and it is just tragic what people are going through. Just put yourself in that place, okay? Imagine you're at Burning Man. You just got a pocket full of acid in your pocket, the one pocket in your pants that doesn't have holes in it, that's tied together, that's being held up by a shoestring because you're too much of a fucking hippie to get a belt. Okay? And you have all this acid in one pocket. In your other cargo pant pocket, you have your hacky sack and pills. And then in your, those pockets in those pants that have the fifth pocket for like a key, or like no one ever puts anything on it, but they advertise it like it's a big fucking deal. That fifth pocket, you put, I don't know, some other drug in it. Maybe, but you should probably put the pill in that pocket because it's smaller, and it's like a solid thing. You should leave the bigger cargo pocket for mushrooms, actually, now that I think about it. So, but look, hey, I don't know how to do festivals, okay? Although, if you're a festival lady, I love festivals. It's my favorite fucking thing. I go to festivals all the time. I would love to go in a sandy tent with you and take turns emptying a coffee can that we both shit in for, a fun weekend of paying $4,500 to be outside. That would be so fun. But anyway, yeah, Cole is stranded there, probably getting wet, which is what people are doing out there. And it's tragic because it's a desert. You don't expect to get wet. So no one brought umbrellas unless it was to shield them from the sun. But those are different kinds of umbrellas, I guess. Like if those get wet, they explode or something. It's not good. But, Cole is out there getting wet, getting rained on. Wheels are not sticking in the ground with traction because cars are sliding everywhere. And, the people that go to these kind of festivals like Burning Man, their cars have shitty tires on them. They're almost flat, bald tires, and the tires are bald, but the pussies are definitely not bald, if you know what I'm saying. A lot of these ladies are unshaven, which is totally cool. We love that. It's our favorite thing. But, yeah, so everybody's stuck at Burning Man. Is it like a shelter-in-place situation there? Are they not allowed to leave?
I think it's just fend for yourself.
Okay.
But there are reports that there might be an Ebola outbreak there. I'm not sure if that's 100% or not, but
yeah,
I've been hearing reports that there's an Ebola outbreak. That
is crazy that there's Ebola at the hippie, dirty outside festival. You would never think that a sanitary event like that would be happening. Did they still burn the big guy?
I have no idea if they actually burnt the man.
They didn't burn him? I
have no idea.
Okay. So they probably postponed the burning of him. It's tragic. It'd be worse if they started it and then the rain put out the fire. That would be horrible.
Yes.
Don't people die at Burning Man because they like run into the guy? 'Cause they're, like,
There was a
tripping balls?
report of a guy who did run into the Burning Man and died, but I'm assuming he was under the influence.
Imagine tripping so many balls that you see a giant wooden fiery guy and you're like, I'm going to go in there and talk to him. I'm going to have a discussion with the fiery burning man. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's not what it is, okay? We need to protect those people. There was a couple of celebrities that were there that got, they were stuck or what, like Chris Rock escaped.
Yeah, Chris Rock and Diplo escaped. They just kept walking for a couple miles until a fan that also escaped with a car picked him up and drove him to civilization.
See, I like how we use the language that they escaped Burning Man, but it was literally just like they were walking home and then a guy picked them up. They were like, yo, it's Diplo and fucking Chris Rock. And then, they're like, hey, man, you want to ride in the back of my truck? And, they basically Ubered home. That was like the tale of harrowing, like, oh, my God, they had to escape adversity and it was a tragic situation. And then they called an Uber and they had to wait 10 extra minutes because it's like, there's not a lot of Uber drivers in that area. And it was very, they even had to get an Uber X or Black, even though they didn't want to. That's probably what, that's what a harrowing tale that is when you, in these times, like wartime, you call an Uber or DoorDash. DoorDash took an extra 45 minutes. I almost died of starvation. I put in my order at In-N-Out Burger, and I'm like, they make a YouTube video. That's what they do. They go, hey, everybody, I'm making a YouTube video. I'm front-facing camera. Hey, help me. I'm stuck out here. I am vlogging, though. I did have enough battery power on my phone to make a vlog, but I'm stuck out here, and I had to call DoorDash, and I DoorDashed In-N-Out. It took 30 extra minutes. And then the guy that tried to DoorDash into my building, he couldn't leave the food at my doorstep because didn't know he's foreign, and I couldn't communicate with him how to open the front door at my building. So I had to trek down the stairs of my apartment building to pick up the food from this man. And then I barely had the strength to get the food from the man. And then when I grabbed the bag from him and I didn't tip him because I don't believe in tipping culture and I think that's very bad for society. So I said, hey, fuck you, no tip, bitch. And I grabbed the bag and I pushed him away with the last ounce of strength that I had. And then I took my In-N-Out bag and then I opened it and there was no ketchup for my fries. So I had to eat dry In-N-Out fries in this tough time. That's the kind of stuff that these people have to deal with, and it's a tragedy. So our heart goes out. The boys, we would pour one out for them. I'm not pouring out my little Starbucks drink here because I need it. Okay. But yeah, so Burning Man is absolutely tragic right now. The festival is just going nuts. Festival goers were urged to poop in buckets, which I think was just what they were doing anyway. It was just somebody said that into a microphone there. Hey, we got a problem out here. I know everybody's shitting in buckets anyway, but there's some of you that don't know that because I slipped in a human pile earlier. And if you could actually be polite and shit in a bucket, that would be great. That was probably an announcement that was made. Are they still playing songs at this shit? Is that happening? Is music?
I have no idea. I don't even know if there's actual musical acts or what.
Wait, there's no music at Burning Man?
I mean, there is music, but I don't know if there's like
Diplo
performances.
there, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I saw Diplo at Burning Man and there's no fucking music, I'd be like, bro, where's your laptop? Bust it out. play some beats or something. Chris Rock, do a couple of jokes, you know, or we're going to throw you guys in the Burning Man, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, so Burning Man's tough. It's bad. You know, we support it though. Also with this podcast, this is the second attempt at episode 162. So this is asterisk episode 162. You know, Cole is not here, and you know, we are you know, I have a pen here, but it is down in solidarity with my writer bros. Cole is also not writing, and as solidarity, we did not write for this podcast. There's absolutely zero writing or any pre-effort into this show whatsoever. And that's a pledge we make to the striking workers, you know? And what better way to celebrate on this Labor Day than to, you know, than to do 2 podcast episodes instead of 1, right? So, but it's not technically work because we're not getting paid for it, and we're definitely not paying Alex, the producer. So no one's getting paid here. So we, you know, we are fully in our non-working scenario. Okay. So, and that's the other thing too. We're anti-work guys. You ever see that? You ever see that shit? The fucking anti-work people. They're like against jobs, which like, that's a great take. I'm anti-jobs too. You know, if you have a job, like, fuck you, okay? Unless you want to work for me or be a permanent intern on the Two Woke Boys podcast. We are looking for unpaid interns, especially hot women interns, okay? So if you are a hot woman and you are into the idea of not getting paid and making us sandwiches or cleaning up after us, or, you know, whatever duties the podcast, you know, requires. So, that's something that we'll, you know, hit us up. We'll interview you, and I'll bring you over for an interview. My schedule's very full. Okay, I have very full schedule, so I'll try to fit you in at, say, I don't know. I'm thinking off the top of my head, the best time I have available right now is 2 a.m. on a Saturday. So if and I'm sorry if you can't do that time, maybe I can fit you in at, you know, maybe 3 a.m., you know, maybe 4 a.m. But like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I work a lot, and by 4 a.m. I'm almost blacked out. So you might say that I scheduled a meeting with you at 4 a.m. and if I don't remember it, that's kind of your fault because you had 2 a.m. available and you didn't take it. So that's your fault. But, you know, if you're an intern and you want to be a part of it, we support you. Also, I don't know if you saw this, Alex. We had Britney Spears reportedly looking to meet hot guys after being betrayed by, what's his name? Sam Asghari. Is that his name? Yeah, Sam Asghari. Yeah, Britney Spears looking to meet hot guys. This is on Yahoo Entertainment. Singer Britney Spears is reportedly looking to undergo a lot of changes in her life amid her divorce with Sam Asghari. The 41-year-old pop star and the 29-year-old actor first met in 2016 on the set of her Slumber Party music video. Sam proposed in September 2021, only 2 months before her 13-year conservatorship was struck down by a judge in November of 2021. The two tied the knot in 2022 in June, but Sam filed for divorce in August of 2023, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. It's like, okay, Sam, I'm sorry. I guess the second Britney Spears gets out of a conservatorship where she's literally like in a dog kennel, now that she's free to hang out with you whenever she wants, now you can't handle it, right? Well, that's bullshit. So I guess it didn't work out for them. you know, and that's why Britney needs someone like us to really take care of her. And you know, and here's the thing, right? With someone like Britney is very damaged. She's a very damaged individual, and she's delicate. She's a delicate flower that needs to be treated very well, but she's also used to a certain type of treatment, right? So one of the things that she's used to is a conservatorship. She had that for 13 years, okay? So now it's like for example, let's say I go to PetSmart, okay, and I get a lizard, okay? I get one of those lizard pets, you know? I get an aquarium, right? And you can't just drop a lizard in a fucking glass box in your house. That would be bullshit, right? So what you do is you go outside, you get a stick, and then you put a stick in there, and you grab a couple of leaves, throw some leaves in there, and you rip some grass out, and you throw grass in there, and then whatever food, those dumb things you eat, you throw that in there as well, right? And then it creates the environment that they're used to, right? So with Britney Spears, what you got to do is, now that she's out of this 13-year conservatorship, if I just let her be a free woman, I mean, she's going to lose her mind. I mean, we've already seen that happen, okay? So what Britney needs now, she needs a guy that is kind of going to do another conservatorship, right? And that's just me taking care of her, okay? So, and I'm gonna create an environment for her that's very safe, you know, and it might be exactly like the lizard enclosure that I just described. It might literally be a lizard enclosure that I keep Britney Spears in, but it's gonna be nice, okay? Like, because she's paying for it. That's for sure. Like, the second me and Britney get in our relationship, I am not paying for a fucking thing, and let's be clear about that right now. That's the prenup I'm signing. Okay? She's going to hit me with a prenup, and I'm going to hit her with one too. And she's like, "What? Why are you making me sign a prenup? You don't have anything." And it's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, Britney. Just sign right here." And then it's, you know, she's signed all these agreements. First of all, an FDA, a full disclosure agreement. She has to tell everybody. She has to post me on her social media with everybody. You know, we have to get the paparazzi to film us, like, going to all these places, you know. And, you know, it's a big publicity tour, which will be good for both of us, I'm sure. And then, you know, Britney is going to be, then we'll come back to my place where I have prepared a nice lizard enclosure for her to stay at. And then Britney will stay there. So, and I will take her to PetSmart every now and then. And I will feed her a rat every now and then. Because isn't that what they eat or something? Like mice or something? Or wait, that's a snake. Whatever. All right. Britney, you'll eat whatever I get for you at PetSmart, okay? That's just what it is. All right. Yeah, so poor Britney Spears and Sam Asghari, you know. I wonder what he's doing now, you know. Let's see. What's the other one we can pull up here? What is it? Deaths? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I forgot. We had a tragic week here. We had the death of Jimmy Buffett, the one of the greatest artists of our time, Jimmy Buffett. If you're a fat guy that wears a Hawaiian shirt, you are going to be very sad today. It's a sad day for a fat Hawaiian shirt guy. With it, you know, those guys with their big belly out of the stupid silk shirts. This is a big Florida chain, you know, or a big Florida staple. The big fat bald guy wearing sandals everywhere, tan as fuck, but fat as shit also. Like, that guy is only listening to Jimmy Buffett. So our heart goes out to Jimmy Buffett and his family for he died of what did he die of? He died like cancer or something. Yeah. He was what, 76? Yeah, let me pull up the Jimmy Buffett article here. Oh yeah, this was funny too. I thought This article was Jimmy Buffett's final concert was a surprise performance at a Rhode Island restaurant. Okay. Portsmouth, Rhode Island. A surprise performance by Jimmy Buffett at a Rhode Island restaurant turned out to be the Margaritaville singer's final public concert. Jimmy Buffett died Friday after a long battle with skin cancer. He was 76 years old. In July, Buffett and his Coral Reefer band surprised patrons at the Sunset Cove in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, with an intimate performance for a few hundred people. I was in awe. You can't make that up, said Mike McFarland, who owns the restaurant. The wow factor was unbelievable. McFarland says hundreds were coming to see Buffett's band member Mac McAnally. Is that his name? That's how it's spelled, McAnally. In concert that day when the phone rang. Mac got a hold of me and said, hey, Jimmy just reached out and he wants to come up and do a few songs. What do you think? And I said, let's find a way to make that happen. Very impromptu. Just wanted to get out of the house. Okay, so when it says that Jimmy Buffett played for like hundreds of people at this bar, I'm pretty sure that it was just a bar with hundreds of people already at the bar, right? There's probably people at the bar that was like, who's that fat guy? Who's that fat dork singing Margaritaville? And then people were like, that's the original guy that made that song. And then, you turn around and drink your beer or whatever. But yeah, so it's weird to go out the guy's huge. So he's like, he probably could have done like stadiums or some shit, right?
He's done stadiums.
Do you think he could?
He's done he has it's like a football. It's like a football. Pregame? What do they do?
Like the halftime show stuff?
No. The in the parking lot drinking.
Oh, tailgates.
Yeah, there's Jimmy Buffett tailgates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
huge tailgates.
Like he hosts tailgates?
No, just people going to his concerts.
Oh.
Get there hours before the concert and drink and have sex.
Yeah.
and
everyone there is 70 years old.
Oh, nearly, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all banging each other and shit. Yeah, that happens. I've seen that. I'm from Florida, so did I ever tell you one of the first times I headlined as a comedian? Did I ever tell you that, Alex?
You've told me you've headlined, but I don't know.
One of the first times I headlined was at a nudist colony. Did I tell you that?
You've never said that.
Okay, so I headlined a nudist colony in Lutz, Florida, okay? And the name of this place was called the Butt Hut, okay? And so it's like the longest time I've ever been on stage at this point in my comedy career. And like literally everyone is like, I get there early, first guy shows up and he's just wearing tennis shoes. Just wearing tennis shoes. He sits down, like not dong out, everything, like bright neon, like running shoes. Sits down, like, all right, just waiting for the show to start. And then more people start coming in. Also, everyone is 70 years old. Like, everyone's like, all right, that's being, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I would say no younger than 55, okay? But yeah, they're all nudists or whatever. And it's like in a gated community, right? Like you go into like a gate and then the guy, there's a security guard there who's not nude. He's like an actual clothed guy. And he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm here to go to the Butt Hut. And he's like, oh yeah, the Butt Hut. Yeah, it's right over there past the Pussy Palace or whatever and go left. Like they're all named like nude stuff or whatever. So, yeah, it was ridiculous. At one point, there was a couple of people wearing clothes, and I was like, it was outside. So I was like, are you guys wearing clothes because, like, we're outside? Like, you wouldn't be wearing clothes if it wasn't cold? And they were like, yeah. I was like, okay. And at one point during my set, this lady stood up, and she was wearing, like, a robe, and she just goes, like, whips her tits out, and then just takes the sweater off and then sits back down. I'm not supposed to be like, what the fuck? you know? But yeah, so that's what I imagine is going on at this Jimmy Buffett concert, that kind of stuff, you know? But yeah, so there was one hot girl there who was fully clothed and was a bartender. And I was like, you should have been a nudist. How dare you work here and be clothed, you jerk.
How dare you?
Can't believe it. But yeah, so, you know, hey, get a cheeseburger in paradise, pour out some margarita on the floor for your boy, Jimmy Buffett, go to a buffet. Did they name buffets after Jimmy Buffett, or is that like
no,
different...
just Margaritaville.
Okay. But his name is Buffett, you know, it's spelled the same.
Yeah. It makes sense, but there's no Jimmy Buffett's buffet.
No, but I'm saying the word buffet is his last name. It's just spelled. I mean,
but it's Buffett. Like, you don't say, hey, I'm going to hometown Buffett.
Yeah, but maybe it's Jimmy Buffet. Maybe that's his name. Maybe his name's Jimmy Buffet, and all these retards that go to the show fuck his name up, right? Because everybody's a bunch of hillbillies down there, and they're like, I'm getting a cheeseburger in paradise. Oh, look at me. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and I smoke weed, even though it's illegal, or it was. But now it's totally legal, so it's not even cool anymore. That's what these people are doing. All right, so maybe buffets were named after Jimmy Buffett. I'm just going to go ahead and say that that's how iconic this guy was.
Well, would you like to know an interesting fact that I found out?
Yeah.
The guy who made dynamite, his last name was Nobel. I forgot his first name, but he's the creator of the Nobel Peace Prize.
The guy that made dynamite?
The guy that made dynamite is the creator of the Nobel Peace Prize.
Wow.
Because he didn't want to be known as like the merchant of death or whatever for making dynamite. So he
wait, so he made dynamite, but he also made the prize?
He made the prize after, because he was getting a bad reputation for being known as the guy who made dynamite. So he was like, oh, how do I help my public image? Let me create the Nobel Peace Prize instead. Very interesting fact.
That is wild. That would be like if Bill Cosby came up with the Women's Fund or something like that, you know? The Women's Awake charity. Awaken Women charity, the Cosby Award, right? That would be a similar thing. It was weird that he had that show, Kids Say the Darndest Things.
Can you play things on YouTube?
I can, yeah.
You should. There's this Bill Cosby thing I saw the other day, and it was him talking about his sauce, and it was from an episode of The Cosby Show, and it's very sexual innuendo for the sauce.
Yeah. I think I've seen this before. Bill Cosby's special barbecue sauce. Yeah, I have that. I have it up
everybody just makes love from his sauce, basically.
He had jokes about that in his material, too. He had a joke about Spanish fly. Did you ever hear that one?
I haven't heard of any jokes from Bill Cosby at all.
Yeah. I wasn't like a huge Bill Cosby fan. And let's just say this right now. Bill Cosby is a monster, and we do not like Bill Cosby, and drugging women is not cool. And we're not afraid to say it on this podcast. If you drug women and have sex with them while they're asleep, fuck you, okay? Do not listen to this podcast, okay? We only are for consensual sex with women, and I will fall asleep immediately after that, okay? The only person going to sleep during sex with women is me, and it's sometimes during, depending on how drunk I am. I might fall asleep on top of you, and you'd have to wake me up, but we don't condone that bullshit, okay? Bill Cosby is officially canceled, and we would definitely not buy tickets if he goes on tour again, which he has mentioned he wanted to do, which is fucking crazy. He has to talk about it. He can't be like, hey, what's the deal with, barbecue sauce?
He'll probably act like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
If I did it.
Yeah. He would do that. He would be, yeah. That would be pretty wild. I mean, Jesus Christ. But anyway, okay, so let's play the Bill Cosby's special barbecue sauce video. I'm going to pull it up right now.
I love your neck, honey. Well, it certainly is nice to see them work things out for themselves.
They haven't worked anything out for themselves. It's my barbecue sauce.
Your barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
Oh, stop.
I'm dead serious. Haven't you ever noticed that after one of my barbecues and they have the sauce, people want to get right home? Let me tell you something else. I got a cup of it up on the night table. I got a cup of it, I said. Left it up there breathing. Why don't you give the chicken to these people that's going up and have some sauce?
So here's the rest of the chicken, you guys.
Yeah, so... Yeah, there was a lot of stuff like this that came out with Bill Cosby. There was a lot of stuff like this that came out after the Cosby cancellation. Like all these like jokes that he did. People were like, this is crazy. He was saying this shit or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was weird. I mean, I thought it was pretty wild that he had that Kids Say the Darndest Things, show. I don't remember that. He literally would have like little kids on the show, and like little kids would say like, oh, my dad like says some bullshit, and then they would like always embarrass their parents, and then stupid show, but yeah, I thought that'd be pretty funny if you had like women on the show and they were like, you drugged me, you fucking psycho, and he'd be like, women say the darndest things. These women are saying crazy things, guys. I think that was like his whole thing there, but yeah. How did we get into Bill Cosby? I forget how we got into that. We got into that because we were talking about Jimmy Buffett.
We were talking about Jimmy Buffett and buffets and sauce, I think.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about something about sauce.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But yeah, poor Jimmy Buffett, or Buffet, whatever his name is. Who cares? Also, what was the other guy's name? Oh, yeah, the Smash Mouth guy. Yeah, so let's see. Where's that article? Smash Mouth guy, Steve Harwell. I literally saw this article last night. Said on his deathbed, only days to live, and then the next day, Steve Harwell dead. So really sad, really sad. Smash Mouth guy passing away. He was 56, I think. And basically drank himself to death, I mean, there's like videos of him like at a show, like, and I think what it is everybody wants him to play like All-Star like 9 times in a row. Like he plays All-Star, and then they're like, "Hey, play it again," and then he's like, "I don't like that song."
I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube video where they actually did that, and they played it like 20 times.
The band played it.
I believe so. You should check that real quick.
That
if you
is
can.
so funny, dude.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing something years ago where they did it like 5 or 10 times, but all they did was that song.
Smash Mouth.
Encore probably, but like encore tons of times.
Wait, no. All-Star. Encore. Let me see. No. Let's see. No. These are videos about him dying. No. No. Let me see. All-Star drunk. Hold on. Let me see. There was like a video of him like live drunk at a. Okay, Smash Mouth singer goes insane at Taste of Foco. And then there's another YouTube video called Smash Mouth Concerts Are Wild. Smash Mouth. These are the top 3 videos here. Smash Mouth kind of suck and are probably Nazis too. Steve Harwell from Smash Mouth, wasted, sad crying face, beer emoji, and sad face. He has since retired and is now Smash Mouth has a new lead singer. That was the top video. Oh wait, here we go. All-Star Smash Mouth Freak Out Supercut. Here we go, baby. All right, let's see this. All right, I'm going to pull this up here. Let's watch the supercut of the Smash Mouth guy freakouts. Obviously, people are going nuts because he's an all-star already.
Stop throwing fucking bread!
They're throwing bread at them. Hey, stop throwing bread at Smash Mouth.
You throw one more piece of shit on fucking stage, I'm gonna come find your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass, whoever the fuck you are out there, okay? You wanna be a badass? Come up here, come on. Walk your badass up here, come on. Come on stage. Come on stage, badass, come on. Come on stage. You bring your ass on stage, whoever's throwing shit at me, I will tell you right now, I will beat the fuck out of you, okay? You pussy punk bitch.
You're an all-star. Get together.
I'm running a show for thousands of people right now. Because I'm gonna walk off stage, and guess what? You're paying for it, motherfucker, okay?
They're about to play all-star.
Come on, somebody throw one more thing at me right now, and I'm gonna find you out. Okay.
Yeah, I dare you to throw something at me, you fucking piece of shit. Somebody else told me the world. He's going into the crowd. Dude, this guy rules. The band is playing the in-between
Somebody throw something at me. You man, if you're man, you throw something at me. If you're man enough to throw something at me right now, I'm gonna walk out there and beat the fucking shit out of
He's
you.
still throwing stuff.
You little pussy bitches. You're a bunch of little pussy bitches.
The security guy like, just stop it. Damn, just stop aggressing. Yeah. Man, imagine being an artist who has to, like, he has to perform. And he has to perform like happy-go-lucky Shrek songs.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna run it. I ain't gonna stop us doing this shit.
People are singing along. This is great. It's still probably stop this because I don't want to get the sound taken out. But yeah, that was fucking unbelievable, dude. Yeah, R.I.P. to a fucking legend, dude. That guy ruled, okay? Getting drunk at your concerts and fighting your fans, your biggest fans, that's awesome. And that's definitely not something I would do, right? If you come to one of my shows and I threaten to fight you, that's actually a very high honor for you, okay? Now being said, don't come to my show and instigate a fight because that would be terrible, right? We don't want that. I start it and I finish it. That's how my shows go. I come out, I go, who wants to hear some fucking jokes? And if you laugh too hard, I'm like, oh, you thought that was funny, motherfucker? And then I come into the crowd and I fight you, right? And then and ironically, the walk-up music that I come up to is Smash Mouth All-Star. I come out to All-Star and I go, hey, when I go out on stage, this is what I tell the sound guy. I go, hey, sound guy, when I walk out on stage, you typically want to stop the music. Let All-Star keep playing because I kind of fight people for the first like 6-7 minutes of the show. Sometimes that could be like an hour of the show. Like the whole show might be me fighting everybody. So if you could have a playlist where that song plays like 15 times in a row, that would be great. That's what I need for the show. But anyway, yeah. So R.I.P. to Smash Mouth guy. He had a couple of hits. You know, All-Star, definitely my favorite of the three. He had a song that was popular from Shrek. what was the Shrek song?
I think it was the "I'm a Believer."
I'm a Believer
song,
which you found out recently that is a Monkees cover song,
yes,
not actually their song.
Yeah.
And then they have another one, "Walking on the Sun." That was famous. And there was another one, "Why Can't We Be Friends," which is also a cover. So, yeah. So they rule. But look, here's the thing: if you do a cover and you do it good, that's great. We love that. We love good covers. You know, it's hard to nail that. I always wondered how that worked with bands, right? Because it's like if you're a band and you play a cover of a song on YouTube, that kind of like you can't do that. I guess like YouTube squashed bands from doing that because a bunch of people were doing that. But then, but like a major artist could cover a song like, and then people would think that was like the actual song, right? Like Alien Ant Farm, they covered one of the Michael Jackson songs. Smooth Criminal, yeah. They covered Smooth Criminal, and then a bunch of people thought, oh, this song rules. But then it's like, it's a cover of a Michael Jackson song, which rules way more. I think, I'm not sure if the two woke boys like Michael Jackson or not. I feel like we do, because he was black, and do we still think he's black? Probably. I would say no, because he can be whatever he wants to be, but also we love Michael Jackson, and he definitely has a million hits, and he rules. And we won't stop listening to him. Okay. Also, we hate R. Kelly, but we definitely don't still listen to every single one of his songs all the time on repeat, because he definitely does not totally rule. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. So in Mexico here, we had a pretty wild story come out of Mexico. Is this it? No, that's Chris Rock and Diplo getting out of Burning Man. Burning Man again. I can't find my gender reveal thing here. It's Britney Spears. Where's the gender reveal? I'm pulling it up here. Oh, did you see the Mexican city will fine anyone performing misogynistic songs? Did you see that? So like no rap, basically. You like can't listen to rap in Mexico. Right? That's like, do you ever see those restaurants and bars that are like, no saggy pants and no, they would just describe how black people
no
dress.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no saggy
sandals,
pants, no shorts, no backwards hats, no chains. Then they would just fully describe how a black person would dress. So it's like they want to say no black people, but they can't say that, so they just describe a black guy like without describing a black guy as they're like, don't come in here if you're this. So yeah. Let's see. So we got the Mexican thing. Where'd it go? Oh, I found it. There it is. Mexican gender reveal party. Okay, so a pilot died after a plane crashes during a gender reveal party in Mexico. So I have the video of it right here. So if you want to go to my computer here, take a look at it. This is the video.
It looks like they're having a girl.
Reveal celebration in
Yeah,
Mexico, turning
they are
deadly
having a
after
girl.
pilot hired to fill the air with pink smoke.
So we just want to say congratulations to them. They are having a girl boss at the expense of a man. So we love that on the pod. That's true feminist empowerment, is a man dying for a woman to be born, right? So that's we love that. And a skilled man to die for a woman who has absolutely no skills, right? That's kind of what we support on this podcast. So now, given that Mexican pilot was flying a plane that I would describe as he collected enough cereal box tops to win that prize paper mache plane he had.
Probably got it from a hobby store.
Yeah, he went to Hobby Lobby and got like glue and that shitty wood that you would or maybe he made it from one of those like gingerbread house kits, and it's like glued together with icing. The pink shit was just the icing falling apart. It's that they were actually having a boy, and it was just icing that like kept that piece of shit playing together. How does that happen? How does the wing just like come on? Like it looked like it was made of cardboard. It looked like something I would make, But look, that happened in Mexico in Sinaloa, and there's a lot of hot Mexican women living in Sinaloa. And if you are a Sinaloan woman, hit us up. We would love to house you. And if you have pink dust on your house from the tragic plane crash that happened during this gender reveal party, we would love to protect you. So come over and come to my place, and I will reveal my gender to you through some sort of event. And I might make airplane sounds while I pull my penis out, right? That would be my move. But my plane will crash with your consent into your vagina. So that's what we're going for here. Yeah. So I just wanted to see, let's see. We should probably do some plugs here. I want to plug stuff. I want to say follow us on everything here. Like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube page. Every one of your guys' comments is super helpful to our show. So we love the comments, and we try to respond to all of them. And also leave us 5-star reviews on Spotify and on iTunes. That helps us in the algorithm and helps push our show to new heights and new levels. So, and also share the show with your friends, okay? You have super woke friends who love feminism and all that bullshit. So definitely, hit us up and get us in there, So follow our Two Woke Boys page on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. There's going to be tons of content on all of those pages. And we have a Twitter as well. Follow us on Twitter. And also send us emails at twowokeboys@gmail.com. We would love to give you advice because you're a dumb idiot and you don't know how to do anything, you stupid fucking moron. And we will fix your life because your life sucks and ours is awesome. So, and if you want to live like us, we are a mental health podcast and we help losers like you get your fucking shit together, bitch. Okay? You suck, I'm great, and if you're not good, you need help. Your mental health is bad, my mental health is good. You are a bad person and you suck. I have those subliminal guys that make like tapes, those hypnotist guys. They're like, I have CDs you can listen to at night. This is something I do. I have podcasts for men and women that you can listen to at night. And the ones I give to men are like, you suck, dude. You're a piece of shit. You don't even deserve your girlfriend or wife. You should tell your wife to leave you for me, all that stuff. But it'll say positive stuff for the first 10 minutes, but then you fall asleep, and then while you're asleep, it'll say, like, you suck and you need to let your bitch bang me, dude. That would be the one that the men get, and then the one that the women get. Like the first like 10 minutes are like, you're beautiful, like you can do anything you want, you're such a hot queen. And then the next part, after you fall asleep, it's like, hey, you gotta hook up with the Two Woke Boys. The Two Woke Boys are the sexiest dudes on the planet. Women are dumb and they need men like us to save them from the patriarchy or whatever. So I need a guy like the Two Woke Boys to, tell me what to do, all that. So So yeah, get our subliminal video or subliminal audio sleep message CDs or whatever the fuck. They're hypnotizing stuff. We're hypnosis guys. That's what we do. Let me see. What was the other thing? Share the podcast with your friends and all that stuff. Let's see. Donate to the Slut Fund. You know, that helps the show. We appreciate any donations that you guys give us. We will invest directly back into the show to help pay off the studio and the labor that goes into this podcast. Even though a strike is happening, just so you know, a fucking strike is happening, okay? And we are pens down, all right? The SPGA, the Slam Poets Guild of America, is also on strike. Cole is out, definitely not writing any poetry because the SPGA is on strike. But if you have poems that you want to send to us as like a scab situation, we fully support you scabbing and sending poems to the SPGA. We will accept new poems, but not new members unless you pay the dues for the SPGA, which is just a shit ton of money. So whatever that is to you, send that to the Two Woke Boys, and we will consider your entry into the SPGA. So we support that. We had someone send in a message of needing help to the Two Woke Boys. There was a poor soul that needed our help and has reached out. Big All, who has sent some fire poetry before during the Poetry Corner. He needed our help, so what we did is he's a fray sexual, and this email is titled "A Fray in Dismay." And he goes, boys, you won't believe this. My post in the subreddit r/fraysexual is being downvoted. The Frays aren't supporting me, and they're not taking my very genuine question seriously. Please help. Big All. All right, this is in the Fraysexual Reddit, and his he wrote, am I fraysexual or just a normal guy? And he writes, hey, Fraybays, so I lose all attraction and all the blood in my dick after I explode deep inside a female. Like, no matter how hot it is. When it's looking up at me in confusion, I just say, sorry, but it's time for you to leave, and I slam the door behind it when it walks out. Am I a fraysexual or just a normal guy? Don't cis heteronormative high T straight as fuck guys do this all the time? ? Please help. Heart emojis. And it's it does. I can't see how many downvotes it's got. I'm curious to see in the Reddit how many downvotes it's got. It might have probably been removed, but someone did respond to it, and they wrote, wow, I've never gotten such a predator vibe off a post before. Using it to refer to people is disgusting. It doesn't make you a normal guy. It just makes you a disrespectful asshole using people as sex toys. And that's a bummer that they don't understand the plight of your fraysexuality, because you wouldn't say that until it's after you had sex. And clearly this post was written when you, like, immediately after you busted, right? Because you busted in a lady, she left, and then you're just sitting there all alone, like, while you're waiting for like a game of Fortnite to start up, and you're just like, maybe I should write in the Fraysexual Reddit and ask him if this is normal. That the second I bust, I need this bitch out of here, right? And then they don't even respect your plight. How unfortunate is that? So look, this is a fraysexual community. We are fraysexual boys. I'm so fraysexual, it's crazy. I just don't even know what to do about it anymore. Most women understand, Actually, they don't understand, They'll be like, where did you go? I thought you were you said you were going to go to the bathroom. Why did you break my window and escape through the bathroom window? And then they'll also be like, oh, that's pretty impressive because it was like pretty small window. It's one of those like, really tiny windows. And, that's how phrasexual I am. I compressed my body like a mouse, to squeeze myself out of her apartment because of my phrasexuality. It made my bones became jello so I could leave a woman's apartment, And I could have just left through the front door, but I didn't want to do that. That's just how phrasexual I am. I don't know. So it's what it is. It's what it is to be phrasexual in today's society. People just don't get your sexuality, but you got to make it known. Make it known. Post frequently and often about what a victim you are, and say, hey, my, whatever quirk you have, that's like a thing now. So just use that as an excuse for whatever, Oh, I'm late to work all the time. I actually have time blindness, okay? Women are like, hey, what's, you keep leaving after we have sex. I'm phrasexual, So it's just whatever, It's like women are like, you're not listening to me. I have annoying woman, bad story, deafness, okay? Like I'm unable to hear. You know how like a dog whistle, only dogs can hear it? Like a woman's voice has like kind of that opposite. Like I can't hear it. Like it's like I try to listen. I'm trying to listen to your story. I'm staring directly into your eyes or your tits, or I'm looking at something on you probably, right? And and I'm trying to study what you're saying because a lot of women speak for the heart. That's why I'm staring at your tits. I'm looking directly through your tits at your heart. It's not your tits I'm looking at, lady. Get over yourself, I'm just trying to see your heart. That's all I'm emotional, and I want to see what's inside your tit area, and I want to see your heart. So, and if you're like, my eyes are up here, it's like, yeah, but your heart is right here, okay? About that.
I'm gonna come.
All right. So, anyway. Okay, so we have a poem, Poetry Corner. Let's do a quick Poetry Corner here. Take a deep breath, do some yoga, buy a fucking expensive yoga mat, go to Target, buy the most expensive yoga mat you can, sign up for 1 yoga class, do 3 stretches, and build your flexibility to suck your own dick. Relax yourself and find the poetry, okay? Tigrin has wrote in a poem. This is called Prigozhin's Dilemma, okay? And this is Prigozhin's Dilemma. I know I should not fly. Putin's going to kill me. But the ticket is just $59.99. Yeah. That's a sad poem on how that guy died. But, hey, Spirit flights are cheap, and you got to take those when you can, You ever fly Spirit, Alex?
Never. I got an American Airlines flight in like 2 weeks.
Okay, American Airlines?
Yeah, I'm good.
Uh-oh. Good luck with that. I think American Airlines might be my least favorite. They cancel shit all the time.
I mean, everybody's canceling everything.
That is true. I would say my biggest fuck you to the airlines is JetBlue. Fuck you, JetBlue, you piece of shit. They were my favorite until last Christmas. They were not. They wouldn't let me board a plane because of my bag. And then they fought me on it. And then wouldn't let me on the flight because I had a bag that I couldn't check. They were like, we're not check. I'm like, you just check the bag, I'll pay for it. And they're like, nope. And I'm like, you realize you're fucking me out of like $2,000, right? And like spending time with my family. And they were like, I don't care. It was a sassy gay guy and a fat lady. So 2 of our favorite people on this podcast. They're a treat to work with. Just basically anybody at an airport, just the best people. Anyway, let's see. We got a poem from Nacho Zombie Killa right here. Okay. Wish there was a way to make this font bigger. It's like tiny. Okay. This is Nacho Zombie Killa. He's wrote some fire poems in the past. He has a poem called An Ode to Bob Barker. When Bob Barker was a teen, he smashed a lot of girls with his peen. Years later, when he was an adult, his career would then catapult. As a game show host, bitches would ride his post because he was the host with the most and he never got a dose. He'd get coked and smash all night, or coked up and smash him all night, and never went broke because the price was right. So now Bob Barker is laid to rest, never again to suck on supple breast. But you're probably in heaven, if heaven is real, with some fine bitch spinning that wheel. R.I.P. Bob Barker. That is fire poetry from, we're doing snaps for Nacho Zombie Killa. Yeah, we're snapping it out. That was fire. Okay, we'll close it on that. That was unbelievable there. We love you guys. I already plugged all that shit. Also follow allies of the show, Malcolm Kellner, on all his pages, and also YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Malcolm's hilarious and has a bunch of great content on his page, so check him out. Also follow ally of the show, Jeff Zinasek, on all his pages, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I think I said TikTok twice, but whatever. But yeah, follow Jeff Zinasek on there. Very funny, and sign up for his mailing list in his beacon link on any of those accounts, and get emails for where he's touring. Okay, and if you follow his Instagram, all the tour dates will be on there, and you can see his upcoming shows on his Instagram stories and stuff. So, that being said, thank you for listening to episode 162 of the Two Woke Boys podcast. I am Chris, and Alex is right there. So thank you, Alex.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, producer Alex.
It was a pleasure.
Being the man. And this has been episode 162 of the Two Woke Boys podcast. And we are out.
Can you hear my voice this time?